Okay, I've never seen that before. I clicked play in multiplayer and it froze now. It froze again. Wow. Okay, I gotta do something with my classes or some shit. I'm gonna clear all of my classes over on Modern Warfare. I'm just gonna copy and replace all of the classes. Okay, so there's nothing on the classes that could fuck me up. All right, so they're all just this riot shield, default riot shield, and a Psychov. I'm gonna back out. Come back in. Does multiplayer for real not work? What the fuck is going on with this game? What is happening, dude? What the fuck? Every time I click just quick play, it just dies. And I highly doubt another playlist is gonna change anything. What is happening? You watch me get rid of all of my shit. Warzone queue is completely fine. I guess one game mode breaks and the other one gets fixed and then the other one breaks. It's just whatever, man. So yeah, anyway, the reason that I'm here talking to you today, I would have actually mentioned this yesterday, but I already had my video recorded and in the middle of uploading by the time the news ended up dropping. There was a leak, which also Charlie Intel themselves have tweeted out and said that it's a rumor or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that Charlie Intel is necessarily like confirmation, but when Charlie Intel tends to cover some leaks, Charlie Intel seems to be a little bit more closely woven in and they don't necessarily leak anything. So if it ends up being public information, Charlie Intel can, you know, freely just talk about it. Charlie Intel can at least say, hey, there's a rumor going around, you know? But it says, breaking, an internal document image has leaked revealing Warzone 2 launch date as November 16th. It was actually posted in the Classic WoW Reddit where they were getting information. It was basically like a leak of other things like Overwatch 2 and Classic WoW, when the patches are and stuff like that, when pre-patches. On top of Charlie Intel covering it, they have a date on here that actually ended up getting announced after this ended up coming out. So it seems like the dates are lining up. So we got some Classic WoW, we got Overwatch 2, we got a thing, it says Call of Duty Cortez, but Cortez is basically the code name for Modern Warfare 2. It also has that release date of the 28th or October 27th at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So midnight release, you know, the typical stuff. The servers tend to come on though if you have access to it at least to get in. He left. Okay. Come on, roll the dice. TTV level 670. Hey, respect it. Surely they'll play at least aggressively. There's no way this guy is just gonna fall asleep. There we go. Yeah, he came back in, immediately picks up a bounty. That's what I'm talking about. And also there's another date on there on top of Call of Duty Cortez. It also says Call of Duty Warzone 2. And it actually has the date on here. It says November 16th, 10 a.m. So unless they delay it, which is also a big possibility, okay? But this is the plan apparently. They are thinking 3 weeks. So we got the early campaign that we could get early access to and get through that before the multiplayer even drops. And then everybody has a mad dash of like 3 weeks or so to rush the mastery camos in preparation for Warzone 2 in 3 weeks. Now, the thing is, we have no idea what this system is going to be like, and we have no idea exactly how long it's going to take. It could be longer, it could be shorter. Up, hit him with the movement, he gets stuck. Wow. There's also a Diablo 4 pre-purchase thing on here that says December 8th. I'm so excited for Diablo 4, man. There's been so many years of Diablo 3 that I can't take it. I know Path of Exile 2 is also coming. I'm definitely going to be trying that too. Diablo 4 probably has some of my favorite cinematics or like cutscene introduction things ever. The announcement trailer for Diablo 4 is one of my favorite cinematic trailers like ever. It's got memorable lines. It's got memorable scenes, memorable sequences. That first 3 weeks is going to be insane. I don't even know if it's I'm sure it's possible, but for me, I'm really hoping I can, you know, get it in time. Like some of the streamers and shit, they could pay somebody to go and, you know, play multiplayer or whatever on their account, unlock this shit, whatever. Some people will probably be unlock tooling and shit. If that exists for this, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna, like, with a whole new thing, you know, not on this whole, like, connected to any of these games the past few years. I'm assuming they're probably not gonna have unlock tool day one, but you never know. You can be very surprised. Fucking Warzone 2 Hacker Central day one. That'd be crazy. I wonder why, like, just only 3 weeks, though. A lot of people are saying that, like, oh, this only further cements that people are only playing this as, like, a camo simulator. You want to know why that is, to be honest with you guys? It's because montages die. It's because a lot of the gameplays for, you know, multiplayer and shit like that, like, they just don't get as much attention. That's not multiplayer's fault. Other people's view in VR versus multiplayer settings. More people are interested in VR because they've been conditioned at this point. But many people still like playing multiplayer. There's still an audience that wants to see it. It's only you guys saying that it's like a glorified, you know, XP farm. Now, obviously, I went and did, like, the XP farm of all XP farms, but I imagine that I probably didn't help in that notion. But at the same time, I can't say that I did all this grinding just for Warzone because I didn't even really play. I did this. So how does that even make sense? So the game will drop October 28th, like, right at midnight. I'm probably gonna go to sleep. I don't know if I'll sleep beforehand, wake up at midnight. I don't know if it's... Oh no. Breaks him. Another riot shielder. It's not even really like actually 3 weeks. It's more like 19 or so days. Actually a tiny bit less than 3 weeks. That is actually insane. I was assuming that it would be December. All the rumors and shit pointed to it's gonna release this year, but I didn't think 3 weeks after that. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that's just a bad sign for it. They're just gonna, you know, forget multiplayer. And yeah, I have been talking about my concerns with that as well. I'm really hoping not. The thing is, as dog shit as Modern Warfare 2019's multiplayer experience was, like, in general, with how jarring it was in comparison to all the previous years. Is this guy, like, in grass somewhere? Is he in the ground? I think he's in, like, a haystack. Someone's landing in. Oh, shit. We're just about to watch this guy exploit like this? I wonder if the guy can shoot him while he's inside of that. Oh, my God. Took the shot at him. Stay. Stay. Don't move. And then he just moves on. Wow! This guy's rage spectating as well. Oh, shit. Then he goes and sits in the next best corner. Why doesn't he just lay back down in the haystack? No one's gonna see him. Yeah, man. Yes, you died to this player. Yes. Yes, you did. Welcome to the Battle Royale experience, where people think it's fun to get shot in the back. I can't wait until we move on to the next trend. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Oh, wow. He went out of his way to flip him off. Wow. What an asshole. So while I'm potentially double uploading, I'm gonna be pumping these videos out. Oh, shit. The issue with my process is that I do this grind and I also do the editing the entire time, all the way through. So all of the days of me grinding and all the clips and shit that I compile together and shit, I end up getting this nice flow, which was always really fun during the camo grind. And he's back into some more shrubbery. It's always a fun process to sit there and clip every single thing that happens on here. And then immediately, as soon as I'm done grinding for the night, like have another like 3 or 4 hours at the end of the night, then I edit them all together and then I stick them up. It's a nice workflow, but holy shit. I'm gonna have to do that off the back of like coming back from like traveling and shit. So, and this time it also feels like it's like really time gated, because honestly, with that small amount of time, not even looking at it from like a grinder kind of like mindset, the casual player only having 3 weeks to level up any guns that they would potentially think that they want for Warzone, they're gonna have to be stuck on multiplayer. That might be the play. That's the play that they're doing, because it forces more people to still play multiplayer to get their weapon level up, or they'll just have to play Warzone for it. What if they made it so multiplayer is insane for weapon XP over Warzone? Oh man, it'd be crazy to just start pulling people like that, because I mean, they've been pulling the multiplayer players into BR, for example. Anybody that wanted to sit there and grind out all of the camos and shit like that, they finally add a camo, but it's just exclusive to Warzone, and it's just exclusive to people that want to actually squad up. Even if you make it Warzone exclusive, which is cool, you didn't come up with a solo kind of game mode. There's no titanium solos for whatever reason. They've forgotten about complete player bases before, so I mean, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually their plan. I can't imagine someone that has to sit classes or has their job a 9 to 5 or some shit like that, and they'd have to sit there and then grind out hours trying to get a weapon, like desperately trying to grind out weapons. And also at the front, you have to guess which ones they're going to be, at least until JGod and other people even try to figure it out and establish that meta. So people are just going to be wasting a shit ton of time. You all might as well just go for the camos, get as much as you possibly can done. Do the obvious shit. ARs are going to be strong. SMGs are going to be strong. We go from there. Across all metas, there's always been a dominant AR and a dominant SMG. You just, at this point, have to guess which one it is. Luckily, it's early into the game, so there's not going to be the most giant selection yet. We don't have 3 games smashed into it anymore. So this guy is one of the most insanely patient, all gillied up players I've ever seen. This guy is ridiculous. This has got to be by far the most uneventful player we have ever spectated on the channel. This guy is the most stealthy player we have ever seen. Blunt machete, absolute psychopath. They also did realize it's a mistake with the whole titanium trials and the way that they put that whole thing together, because then they added a duos mode partway through the event now, saying, hey, if you didn't have enough friends, you can only bring one other one. Here you go. Here's titanium duos. How about people that just don't feel like squatting up? How about people that can just go and get the fucking camo? This is gonna forever have that stain on it, where it's not a thing of like, oh, look how hard I grinded for this. It's a thing of, look how hard I grinded for this, while other people couldn't grind for it. Like, literally could not grind for it. I don't really look at Skynet like, damn, that's really impressive that they got that. It's more of a, oh, that's the camo that literally a portion of the entire player base couldn't even begin to unlock. People are talking about the camos and shit like that, trying to get it before Warzone 2 drops. People are like, oh man, I'm gonna go and get Damascus before Warzone 2. The grind is on. No, it ain't. You're gonna get on there, and then you're gonna grind out a weapon, and then the progress is gonna reset, and then you're gonna have an entire day where everything goes really well. You log off, you're real happy, you just unlocked gold for your ARs. You wake up the next day, your ARs are fucking locked, and you can only queue into TDM without getting a dev error. Like, I'm telling you, there's gonna be, if you're a grinder this year coming up, you're gonna experience the pain that comes with camo grinding. It happens year over year where the camo challenges are just fucked every single time. No matter what we do, there is always something wrong. So on top of us not even knowing the way that they're gonna have this set up in terms of camo challenges, we don't know if it's gonna be easier, we don't know if it's gonna be harder, we don't know if the challenges are gonna encourage more movement or less movement. We don't know anything. From what I've heard and what I have seen, and from what I know, Modern Warfare 2 is truly seeming like it's going to be a more aggressive, more educated Modern Warfare 2019. That's always been the hope. This whole 3-week thing, I mean, obviously they're not gonna ditch it after, you know, 3 weeks or whatever, but it's just kind of weird. It doesn't feel like there's going to be a focus. The multiplayer doesn't even really get any time to shine before Warzone. The thing is, Warzone, if they launch it with this whole, like, weird stronghold system that they're talking about, strongholds with loadouts and all that other shit, Hope is still talking about it. So I assume it might still be in the game or might still work that way. So that sounds pretty dog shit. So, I mean, Warzone 2 could flop. And he's dead. He was literally just running bush to bush. That's his strategy. Just run bush to bush. And he made it to the top 4. The idea, I guess, is that, like, you approach a stronghold, even if it's in solo, I guess, and then maybe you, like, activate some event or something, and then you kill the AI that's in the stronghold, and then after you kill the AI, you end up getting a loadout marker, or a loadout somehow. You get a reward as a loadout. I don't know if that's the only way. The thing is, the loadout has made Warzone what it is. If they make it this thing where it's not really a focus, I mean, that's what everybody looks for. That's where all the traffic is. People are looking for the best builds, unique builds, special builds, different weapons, off-meta weapons, on-meta weapons, best long range, best short range, what's the fastest melee weapon? Like, people want to know all of these things. So to me, it doesn't really make any sense for them to make it less effective to get a loadout. So, I mean, people are going to have to do the strong, I don't know. It just sounds weird, man. It just sounds weird. Why can't we just kill each other? I saw some people saying some shit like, oh, what, you don't want to just give free loadouts? It's like, well, it's not even free. It's like 10K. It's literally not free. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what, you can't run over these other squads without pooling your money together for a loadout? It's like, that's your fault. I don't know. That went from watching a TTV player playing aggressively to literally the most passive, stealthy player I've ever seen. But we got a date for Warzone 2 that seems right. Just kind of surprising that it's literally only 3 weeks after. Cheater.
If you have a riot shield, you're a fucking loser. Delete the game.
Yeah, I'm more excited for the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer over Warzone 2, but I'm excited for the journey.